Yo, what's up? Peace to all of my family tuning into this video. I'm really here to be on your side. I have a video confession to make. To those of you who don't know, I have a video confession to make. That confession is, I know how to protect my energy and keep it sacred. I know you thought something else was coming. When I said confession, but I have a video confession to make, and that is, how to keep your energy sacred. I know the secret. I'm going to keep it simple. This would probably be the shortest video I ever did. And I'll be honest with you, you may not be able to find this video on my timeline. I may not even keep this video unless I sit up and really break it down to you. But am I ready for that right now? Am I ready to sit up right now? All right, I've been convinced. All right, beloved. I guess you convinced me to sit up and really talk to you tonight. I guess I would tell you this. I would tell you this much. I did not come here to preach to you tonight. I'm really here in a humble spirit right now. I am here in a very humble spirit. Because the truth of the matter is, I feel like reading tonight. I feel like going through I feel like going through my magazine and reading tonight. You know what I'm saying? I feel like just looking through some stuff. Okay, I reloaded. All right. Since you asked for it, here it goes. All right. I'm going to give you the real. Not R-E-A-L, but the R-E-E-L. Like the Instagram reel. I'm going to give you the reel. That means the footage, the film. I'm going to give you the film, the footage, on what it means to keep your energy sacred. Hold on. As I get myself strapped up. Okay. If you think I'm exhausted, you would be right. Actually, you would be wrong. If you think I'm exhausted, you would be wrong. If you think I'm tipsy, you would be right. If you think I'm tipsy, you would be right. Because I am that. And here I am coming to you trying to bogart this message that I have on you. See, all of the downloads came before the drink. But then again, it was like, well, you got to do this because you have the information now. And if you don't strike while the iron's hot, it's not going to be it's not going to be relevant. So you got to do it tonight. You got to do it now. And so I'm here a little tipsy. I ain't going to lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be transparent with you. I'm a little tipsy, okay? I'm feeling it. I'm a little saucy right now. And usually when I get saucy, the best thing that can happen to you, you know, is for me to drink. Because I'm very silent when I drink. I'm quiet, you know, I'm the quiet type when I drink. I'm like, I'm like the real quiet type when I drink. I don't muzzle a word. Whenever I have a drink, I'm just like observant. The most observant type people is me. But you know why I'm on this drink? You know why I feel like this right now? Because I've mastered some things in my life. I feel like right now I have reached the apex, the ascension, the zenith of spirituality. Hold on, I have my kids calling me. I have my kids. Hold on. Who's calling me? Okay, so listen. I'm live right now. My kids are in the background. They're in their bedrooms. I gotta tell you something, right? I gotta be transparent with you. The reason why I came up with this video, let me share this slide. The reason why I came up with this video, how to keep your energy sacred, is for a purpose. Just stay with me. I'm about to sober up quick, so stay with me here, okay? The reason why this video is relevant right now is for two reasons, okay? I'm going to be transparent with you. Number one, the reason I'm doing this video. Okay, the reason I'm doing this video is for two reasons. It's two parts. Number one, I have a birthday. My son's birthday is coming up. My son, who passed away in 2006, he would be going on. My daughter is about to be 18, so he would be going on 15. My daughter would be going on 15. No, my son would be going on 15. My daughter is turning 18 September, next month. My daughter is turning 18. My son would be turning 15 this month, the 29th. And my son is my angel. You know, I always believe that the elders who go before you are your ancestors. The elders who go before you are your ancestors. And the children who go, the elders who go, who went way before you existed are your ancestors. And the babies that go before you leave here, are your angels. Those are your angels. And your elders are your ancestors. So you have your ancestors and you have your angels. Okay? And your ancestors and your angels are two different people. Or two different spiritual entities. Two different spiritual beings, right? And so you have your angels and you have your ancestors. My son is my angel. He would be 15 this year. But you know something? I'm sharing with you the story. Why you must keep your energy sacred. Or not the story. That's not a story. It's the message. Why you must keep your energy sacred. And I'm going to tell you why. It's so deep. It's pertinent. It's potent. It's important. It's the most valuable information you need. Okay? So for those of you who are here, if I put my glasses on, it's because I'm trying to read comments. And I don't see comments, but I see people. And I just want to make sure I can see comments. The print on the screen is too small for me to see comments. So I have to keep y'all comments coming. What's up, buddy? Huh? And my son, he's calling me. My kids are calling me. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you the importance of why you got to keep your energy sacred. And I'm sharing you a real, transparent situation. So stay tuned. Don't move. Do not move. Do not move a single toe. Don't move. In life, we have, I think I'm going to be transparent on accident because this drink, I had a little bit of, what they call it, rum. I had a little bit of rum. Rum had me, the rum has got me a little bit saucy right now. So, I have to speak to you transparently. It was this 2021, 2017. So I'm going to be transparent with you. How to keep your energy sacred. And I'm telling you this from a real perspective. 2017, I got divorced. I was married for 10 years. 10-year marriage. And I got divorced in 2017 is when I got hit. December 28th, I got hit with divorce papers. And my kid's mom was like, she wasn't going to do it. She was like, I'm done. I am done. I was like, okay. Fine with me. I could have made my day more better. Telling me you was done. I was like, cool. I ain't got to be the one to break her heart. Cool. Let you handle that. So she came to me with the divorce papers and told me to sign these divorce papers. And 2017, it was December 28th. And then Christmas, and then New Year's came, and I said, well, New Year's, this is what I'm going to do. 2017, it was 2018, I decided to change my whole life. It was because of my wife and children that I remain in a mindset that was fixed. It was a fixed mindset. Because you're married, you're supposed to be a husband and a father and all these things that come with that type of lifestyle. I got to be transparent with y'all right now, so stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. I'm being very transparent. And if I put my glasses on, it's because I'm trying to see y'all. Instagram need to blow these letters up. I can't see y'all name. I'm sorry. I'm blind. I am. In one eye. But I need glasses. And I have to wear my glasses. I don't mind wearing glasses though. Because it makes me see better. So, my son thinks he's slick, right? My son, his mom done left for work. I'm going to be transparent with y'all, so stay tuned. I'm about to be very, very, very open. Very open, very real, very transparent, very open. But my son, right, he think he's slick. He know I'm at this desk doing the slide, right? But he think I don't have ears and I can hear him creep out of his bed and just sneak over by the couch. Watch this. Okay? Watch this. What are you doing?
I'm trying to see the show too.
Huh? You're not slick, my guy. You're not slick. What are you doing?
I'm hungry.
You hungry?
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
I ate at the store in the share.
You ate where?
I ate at the store.
You ate at a store. But let me ask you a question. Why do you think you can sneak by me out of your bed?
Because my tummy is hungry. So that's why I'm hungry.
So let me guess. What do you want to eat? Let me take a wild guess. You probably want what? Gummy bears, don't you?
No.
What you want?
I want something delicious and so that's so lovely.
See, let me tell you something right now.
Okay, why you up?
My children are
Daddy.
not the slickest, okay?
No.
They're not. They know good.
Ooh, look.
Mommy watched this yesterday.
Okay.
Mommy wants to sit.
All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is, right?
I don't want to go to bed.
Daddy,
I don't want to go to bed.
You know what time it is, right?
Daddy, I'm hungry right now.
You hungry?
Yeah,
Well, then, I don't believe that because you would not be going to bed before you
My
have.
pajamas are right here. I don't like
Makaris, Makaya, both of y'all, have a good night. I love y'all. I love y'all, okay? But it's time to have a good night. Makaris, get back in your bed. See what I go through. See? Do you see? That's why I gotta be transparent with y'all tonight. I have to be transparent with y'all tonight. My son thought he was slick. He thought he could sneak by and no one can hear him. He was caught. But I have to be transparent. How to keep your energy sacred. Y'all ready for the transparency? Let's go. Let me put the light on a little bit more for y'all. Ooh. Okay, so let me be a little bit more transparent with y'all tonight. 4 years ago, my divorce, I was hit with a divorce paper. No problem, right? 2018, I journeyed. Took a deep journey in spiritual searching, finding, trying to discover what is the purpose of life. What am I here to do? Why? Why am I existing? Is it to just be a husband? Is it to just be a father? Absolutely not. It was neither one. Neither one. I'm telling you again, I'm a little tipsy tonight. I'm being transparent though. The drink is making me transparent. So, I'm telling you how to keep your energy sacred though. Promise you this is gonna go somewhere. So my children's mom, still living in the home we built. We've gotten together. Not me, but her. Still living in the home we gotten together. We raised our children in, and they're still being raised in this house. And this house that I am in right now, this house I won't say we. This house my children has been in since they was born. Okay? 2014. 2014, this house is the home where my children are being raised, their childhood home. This is their childhood home. And they're still here as children. And so, the transparency portion about all of this is telling you that this light, I don't like it. But it's too dim right there. I don't like that dim. Oh, I don't like that either. But let me put it down. So I'd rather deal with that. Okay. So my children's mom still stays in the house we've been raising our children in forever. And then my children, okay, again, I have to look at anytime I need the glasses to see y'all's names. So my children's mom and I decided it'd be better for us to not be together anymore. Cool. You couldn't have made my day more. And was it sad? No. The marriage had been over for 4 years. The last 4 years of our marriage. We were married since 2008. Okay? And the last 4 years, we weren't really communicating, talking, all that other stuff. We wasn't doing that stuff. We were, except for, I can't say we weren't doing that stuff because, shoot, my son, he's only 4 years old, and we did the hanky-panky one last time, and here he is, so. But you know how it is, And anyway, to go deeper into this transparency of how to keep your energy sacred is the idea of when I journeyed on my spiritual path, she wasn't with it. She wasn't with it. She was like, fuck, excuse my language. She was like, no. Her granddaddy's a pastor. Her mama's a minister. Her grandmama's a minister. She was raised up in the church. Okay? Needless to say, all of that back stuff, the backstory stuff, I want to go dive right into the big point. The big point is this. When we divorced, I decided I said to her, look, it was December 2028 we divorced. I told her, I said, I need to march. I said, I need to march to get out. But I end up staying. I need to take my glass off to speak to y'all about this because this is sobering me up. I told her, I said, listen, I need till March to leave. But the fact of the matter is, I didn't leave the house. March, I left the country. I went to the Philippines. I went to Cebu, Philippines. That March, I told her, I said, I need till March to leave so I can get out and get myself together. But what I end up doing was I end up going on a sacred journey. That's why y'all need to stay tuned. Because the message today is how to keep your energy sacred. I end up going on a sacred journey. Not by accident. This wasn't just, let's go to the Philippines. No, this was imagined. This was vision. This was planned. This was strategically done. I said, you know what? I'm going to the Philippines. I wanted to learn how to detach myself from the world and the things of the world. And there's a study, there's a teaching, there's a doctrine out there called Taoism. Taoism. Write these words down. Taoism. Taoism. It's an ancient Chinese practice. The practice of Taoism teaches you how to detach from everything. If you go and study Taoism, you are going to study how to detach. That's the study of Taoism. It's the study in the art of detachment. And I studied Taoism. I read books on Taoism. It's an ancient Chinese practice written and authored and pioneered by the philosopher Lao Tzu. Not Sun Tzu, who wrote the book, The Art of War. Not Sun Tzu, who wrote the book, The Art of War, but Lao Tzu, who wrote the book, who wrote the 84 Proverbs on Taoism. Lao Tzu wrote the 84 Proverbs on Taoism, and I read every one. And I reread them, and I studied them, and I listened to the audio, and I've read everything on Taoism. All the way up to the point to where I took a journey to the Philippines, to the only Taoist temple in the world. The only Taoist temple in the world is in the Philippines. And I took a journey. Mikhail, what was that? Macarius, what are you doing? Macarius, go get in your bed, boy. Sound like a doggone tree fell on the roof. So, telling you, man, these kids will corporate punishment. Macarius, go get in your bed, son. So, back to the story. So, I studied, I read, I practiced. I went to the temple in Cebu, Philippines, the Taoist temple. I met with a Taoist master. He told me where my energy, he sat with me, he showed me, shared with me where my energy center was. And I knew exactly. From that moment on, I said, okay, I'm on a journey that I'm willing to undergo. Fully, strip myself of everything that I thought I knew and strip myself of everything that I held on to. That meant family, that meant children, that meant marriage. I wasn't fighting for my marriage. I wasn't going to fight for my marriage. I was like, fuck that shit. I was like, okay, whatever, peace, bye. I don't need it. I'm going to go study me now. And I went and I studied me. I studied me. I learned more about me. I took the journey. I went to the masters, sat with them, and I learned how to keep your energy sacred. Now, I'm saying this, all of that to say this. When I got back from the Philippines, and I came back here to this house that I'm in right now, I said to my then going on ex-wife, I said I'm moving out. She didn't believe me. She thought it was all talk. She thought I was going to still need to be. This is what makes. I'm going somewhere with this. This is what a sovereign. If you watch the video I did today, I talk about being a sovereign master. And a sovereign master is to be independent of everything, all things, anything. It's to be independent of. It's to totally detach and be only dependent on self. And so I became dependent on self. And I told her, I said, I'm moving out. She was like, yeah. I was like, okay. Sit there and say all the stuff you want, but I'm gone. And I left, got my own place. She thought I was going to still need to be dependent on her, but I didn't. I left and I was out. I was like, peace, see you, sayonara, adios, amigo. Not coming back. Now, I am totally independent of the system, the government, man's law. I have my own laws I live by because that's what a man does. A man makes his own rules. A man makes his own rules. And I've made my own rules. I made my own laws. And we talked about them last night. I'm not going to talk about them again. And I made my own rules. My rules, my laws is what keeps my energy sacred. If I practice these laws, not some religion, not some doctrine, not some theological belief, not none of that stuff. If I practice my rules, my laws, my belief, if I practice those, I keep my energy sacred. And so, my kid's mother is a nurse. Her schedule is sort of like mine's. Fluctuates. One day she might be working in the day, one day she might be working at night. Do I help my children's mom? Absolutely. I help my children's mom. Do I support her? Absolutely. If she wants to go out, party, I travel the world, okay? But if she tell me she wants to go out and party, I make time for her to go out and do her thing and not take the kids. Co-parenting. If she wants to go to work and work extra nights and get overtime, sure, I'll take the kids. Now, the coup de grace to this transparency is this. Whenever she works, I make it. I'm being transparent, right? So, where I'm at is my children's mom, my children's home, my kids' home. They have a 3-bedroom here. My apartment is only a 1-bedroom. Now, granted, when my children come over to my apartment, they can have my bedroom, or I put them on a big old air mattress, and they happy to sleep on that. Okay? But I'm fine with them coming to me, to my apartment. Mi casa, su casa. You dig? But I'd rather come over here. This is what co-parenting looks like. Why? How does this relate to the message, the topic, how to keep your energy sacred? I'm getting there right now. I come over here. When I come over here, it's no disrespect. I don't disrespect her, what she does, how she's raising my children. But I'd rather come over here, spend the night here, so my children can sleep in their own bed, their own comfortable beds. So I come over here just to give them that option of sleeping in their own comfortable beds. Plus, they go to school. So it's better for them to wake up from their beds and get dressed. Instead of having her come to my apartment, me waking them up, and then she has to come get them and then transition them to this. It's a lot. So I'd rather them sleep in their own bed, comfortable, safe. And so the message tonight is this: how to keep your energy sacred. Beloved, my children are my energy. I'm going to say it again. My children are my energy. They are everything I see, everything I do, every way I move. They are a part of that, even if I don't have them with me physically. My children are a part of my moves whenever I move. Not move like in a different apartment or something, but move like maneuver throughout this world. Anytime I maneuver, my children are in that sacred space with me, so that whatever I do not only with just them in mind, but I also do it with their spirit. Is this conducive? It's the way I'm moving healthy and good for them to be integrated into this life if I was to introduce them to it. So whenever I move with them in thought, asking myself, could my children be integrated in the way I'm moving, or where I'm moving, how I'm moving? Could they be integrated into this life with me? The answer is a resounding yes, they could. And so how do you keep your energy sacred? The way you keep your energy sacred, beloved. I got to put my glasses on because y'all writing comments and I can't see. Okay? Y'all writing comments and I can't see. I'm sorry. But when I put these glasses on, I swear it'd be like magic. It'd be like, boom, everything just like pop out the screen. I'd be like, damn, how can I see that? Oh, you're alive. Okay. I'm reading comments too, so right now, today. Normally I ignore some of the comments, but anyhow, so the best way to keep your energy sacred as co-parents, when you leave the main house in which you parented your children in with your significant other, when you leave that space, I got something to say to y'all after this, okay? It's powerful. When you leave that space, you have to go on, especially as men, as a man, the first rule, especially a man with children. I'm speaking more so to men with children when I say this. As a man with children, your move should never be absent-minded of your children. You know, there's a scripture I remember from the Bible. It says a man who does not take care of his own children is worse than an infidel. A man who does not take care of his own children is worse than an infidel. Now, that's out of the Bible. But if you want my perspective on that, I'm going to say this. A man who does not love, because let's just keep it 100, not taking care of your children, that means you are guiding them, not guiding your children. Not guiding your children is you not loving your children. And I need to say this for everybody in the room. Your children is your tribe. You can go and try and build a tribe with everybody else all you want. You can go and try and get strangers to join you on a tribe. You can go and try to get people that you don't even know from anywhere and everywhere to try and be a part of your tribe. But your children, because as a leader, as a man, as a chief, your first tribe is not your wife. Although it is your wife, but I would say it's not your wife first. It's your children first, then your wife. Now, I know a lot of people say, there's a saying that says, oh, if your children and your wife was drowning in the ocean, who would you save first? And a lot of people say, I would save my wife because I've been with her the longest, I know her the longest, and I can have more kids. And I say, that's dumb, that's stupid, that's asinine thinking. Why would you do that? Not that I would let my wife drown. This is going left. Not that I would let the woman drown. But I'm saying this. Your children. And yes, you can, and that's and there's a lot of sentiment to that. Save your wife first, right? Because you can have more children with her. But I'm saying this. I'm not saying save your children first either. See, this is going all the way left. I need to stop talking, using that analogy. But the fact is this. Your children are probably more sacred than your wife. Why is that? Because your children is pure, innocent. Your wife, she's older. She's aware. She should have the wherewithal to say and do and think consciously and cognitively for herself. But your children are innocent and pure and can't do that. So a man who doesn't guide his children because his children cannot think for themselves, a man who does not guide his children doesn't love his children. Period. Okay? And so, my children, they know that mommy and daddy is not together, doesn't live together. But they also know that mommy and daddy harbor no hate, no envy, no animosity, no guilt. Mommy and daddy don't harbor anything against each other in front of them. Why is that? Because as a man, a man must establish ordinance in his world. Must establish ordinance. And if a man cannot establish ordinance, then he's dealing with a wretched, treacherous, wild woman. A man must establish ordinance. And what I did when I came to her, told her I was leaving this home, I'm going to live on my own. And when I came to her and I said, this is it for us, I gave her ordinance. I didn't give her a wild mind. I didn't cuss her out. I didn't give her belligerency. I didn't become volatile. I gave her the energy that I was transitioning in, but more importantly, I was moving in. I was moving in that energy. And I gave her that energy. So what I gave her, she picked up. And to this day, since 2017 to this day, I still give her that same energy. I never come around her with any different type of energy. I only come around her with the spirit of love, of appreciation, of recognition, of respect for what she do for my children when I'm not around, and then for holding it down. And so that energy that I receive back from her is not her. You need to hear me. The energy that I receive back from her, that's not her. That's the ordinance that I established within myself. So what I put out, I receive back. It's the ordinance. And I'm saying this, how to keep your energy sacred? Ordinance. You must establish ordinance within your life. If you have no ordinance, the opposite of ordinance is haywire. The opposite of ordinance is haywire. If you have no ordinance, you have haywire. I've established ordinance. That means who is this beautiful Dark Waters? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm very, for people that find me, I don't care how they found me, I'm appreciative. So thank you. Stay tuned. It only gets better. It only gets better. We're only going to grow. We're only going to go up. We're only elevating. Right now, I'm being transparent with my audience. Okay, I hate the word audience. Sounds like followers. And I don't like followers. I like the word warriors. Because you are side by side with me. We're warriors in this thing called life. But I love my people that tune in. I love my people that tune in to me. I appreciate you the most. You see something in me. You respect me. And I try to do everything to stay respectful of myself. But getting back to the message. Thank you, beautiful Dark Waters, for tuning in, following me. Stay with me. It's only going to get better. Right now, we're talking about how to keep your... Let me put the slide up. How to keep your energy sacred. How to keep your energy sacred. And I told you, and I said it, and I'm going to say it again. How to keep your energy sacred. Simply through ordinance. You know what ordinance is? For those of you who don't know what ordinance is. And I'm not calling you dumb. I'm just saying you may not have heard of this word. Ordinance is what I have when I implement, preach, practice, live the laws of holistics. That's ordinance. The 5 laws of holistics is ordinance. Meditation, fitness, nature, nutrition, and arts. That's an ordinance. I live by that. I live through that. I live in that. I live as that. I live for that. I live with that. The 5 laws of holistics is what I am. That's my ordinance. Okay? And so I live with an ordinance. I live with as long as I'm practicing these things, my life will continue to unfold, blossom, grow, expand, and go beyond that which I can even fathom, because I'm living a manifestation of the ordinances I live by. Laws are ordinances. Rules are ordinances. Regulations are ordinances. So you got to have an ordinance in your life. You got to have an ordinance. And the ordinance that I have is the 5 laws of holistics that I practice. And more importantly, how to keep your energy sacred. My energy is kept sacred and protected through the ordinances that I practice, the laws. I have an order in my life. And so when I come around to my children's mom and I'm here in their home with them, I can come around and be respected by her and be highly respected and loved and praised by my children. Every time I come here, my children run to me screaming, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." They come running screaming, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." Why is that? I'm going to say it again. If you don't have any ordinances, you have haywire. I have ordinances. And because I practice these ordinances, I show up, I'm there, I'm responsible, I'm present, I'm aware, I'm conscious of my role as a leader, as a father, as a co-parent. I'm aware of these situations. So when I come in this environment, I come in the embodiment of the ordinances that keeps me sacredly protected from any onslaught that my baby mama, if y'all want to use that word, but that my children's mother, I like the word mother because she is a mother. She's not a mama, she's a mother. Just like I'm a father. To father your children is to raise, is to apply, is to grow, is to expand their mind and their being. To father means to continuously work. To mother is the same thing. Continuously nourish, nurture. So my children's mother respects the energy I come in. Because I don't come belligerent. I don't come angry. I don't come yelling. I don't come mad at her for something. We have co-parenting skills down pat. I should write a book on co-parenting. Because we have co-parenting down pat. We do. We have co-parenting mapped out. Let me tell you something before I end this live. Let me tell you something. When we decided to call it quits and divorce and go our separate ways, it was not amicable. Not with me. I'm the calm one. I don't want to fight. I'm not violent. And I'm not weak. But the fact of the matter is this, I know my power, I know my strength. If I strike you, I tell people this all the time, it's not going to be safe if I hit you. It's not going to be good if I hit you. Because if I hit you, it's going to sound like a bag of shattered glass in your face. Because I'm shattering bone when I hit you. Because I know my power, I know my strength. And so I knew how to control myself. So I was never one wanting to be violent, especially with my children's mother. I'm not going to hit my children's mom and my children got to look at her. That's crazy. Okay? I ain't saying I won't put a hand around her neck, but I'm kidding. I'm not kidding, but I am. But I'm not. I am not kidding. I ain't saying that I won't put her hand around her neck, but I'm just saying. I'm not confessing anything tonight. Except for that, if me and my children's mom have not had a physical squabble since our divorce. Now, at our divorce, it was not amicable. Not because of me. I'm not putting blame. I'm not placing blame. I'm not saying she's to blame. I'm just saying she's ghetto as you know what. You know, that ghetto side wasn't easily, that ghetto side was not ready to be done with yet. When we were splitting up, that ghetto side was like, I'm not ready to leave yet. So that ghetto side showed up. With me, I had been left my ghetto side. Why? I had been left my ghetto side. Why did I leave when did I leave? Because I used to be a drug slanging, gun toting, wannabe thug, selling drugs in the streets on the corner. You know what I'm saying? Dope boy, going to jail. When I got married and had my children, that stuff was over. My ghetto side was over. I lived my ghetto side out. But she was my children's mother was a goody two shoes. Went to school, got a college degree, got a nursing degree, all that stuff. So her ghetto side wasn't lived out in her earlier stages because she was disciplined enough to go to school, be disciplined enough to behave, be disciplined enough to listen to her teachers. And I was like, screw the teachers, screw school, all that stuff. I'm going to the streets. She was like, I'm going to go to school, did all of that. And then when I was ready to give up the ghetto side and be a father and all that good stuff, she was done with school and all that stuff, got a nursing degree and all that stuff, and started getting a job in her field. Then she started to display her ghetto side. But I was like, but wait a minute, it's too late to display your ghetto-ness because I did that earlier. I did that years before you. Ghetto-ness is over now, but not for her. She didn't exercise her ghetto demons yet until she got married and got with somebody who she had to live with for 10 years. Me, I was like, I lived with 6 women. I lived with 6 women for all my life. I got 6 sisters. My mama had 8 kids. 6 of them was girls. So I was getting all my I got all my women beating out during my I got all my beating girls out during my childhood stages. And I can sit here with a straight face and say, yeah, I used to fight my sisters because it was 6 of their asses against me. So, yeah. And I had a brother, but he was not old enough and not big enough to help me beat and fight and win these battles. It was 6-on-1 every time, every day. Yeah, I fought women when I was growing up. Yeah, my sisters, yeah. They'll tell you. Yeah. So, it was no... I got my domestic violence out during my young days. Okay? I got my domestic violence out during my younger days. Fought my sisters. Didn't win all of them because it was, again, 6-on-1. But I got my licks in too. Shoot. You know what I'm saying? I got my licks in too. You heard? So, my siblings, my sisters, was where I got my lessons. I didn't need to learn how to beat on my wife. I didn't need to beat on my wife. Although there was times where I could have, did that, but I didn't. Let's just keep it 100. I'm going to keep it 100. I never punched. Keyword punched. I never punched my wife. I never slapped my wife either. But again, sometimes, you may have to cut off, some circulation. You know what I'm saying? You may have to cut off the circulation a little bit just to get somebody off of you. You understand? So, I'm not here to joke around and make this a joke. I'm here to be real, honest, and transparent with you about how do you keep your energy sacred? It goes back into my marital lifestyle, my marital life. So I'm telling you about my marital life for a purpose. Because when I come around to my children's mother home, my children's home, where they still stay, right here where I'm at. When I come around, I am here for my children and my children only. And I've established ordinances in my life where my children's mother has no choice but to respect it. Because I don't come belligerent, I don't come violent, I don't come angry. I have nothing to do with you. I have nothing to deal with you. Except for, when do you need me to watch my children? When can I get my children when I want them with me? And what do my children need? So I establish an ordinance, a practice of a lifestyle around here. We agreed that when she worked, because she works at night, my children's mother works at night. So sometimes you may see me in two different backgrounds. You may see this background, which is my children's home. Then you may see me when I'm on my porch in out in my apartment. That's my background. That's my apartment. But sometimes you may not see everything. You may not get everything. Sometimes you may see me outside. Who knows? But at the same time, if I'm here, I'm at my children's mother's house. And that's the reason for that. Because her life and my life are two different lives. I'm sovereign. I'm independent of any system, any job, any government, any entity. I'm independent. I'm sovereign. I rely solely on me. And that's it. My children. I'm teaching them to be sovereign, starting them out with a little bit of vegan eating, a little bit of shea butter on their face, a little bit of, black soap in the shower, You gotta start them out slow and little things like that. I'm starting them out. They picking it up. Some black soap, some shea butter and stuff like that. Get natural, okay? We're gonna get this thing right, but it's a process, beloved. How to keep your energy sacred, point blank and period, is this. Establish. I don't care if you're married or you divorced or you single. You can do this in any relationship. Establish ordinance. Establish order. Order. And to my men who may be watching this, to my men, it's not just your duty and your responsibility, but it's your obligation to us. You're not a man. I'm going to say this straight up to my men watching. To the men watching, I'm going to say this straight the freak up. You're not a man. If I can look at you, and it's a frenzy when I look at you. It's a frenzy. I'm sorry. I'm being real. You're not a man. If when I look at you, I'm seeing a frenzy around you. A frenzy. The most successful rich people even have ordinance, order in their life. This is the way to success. The way to success is not through getting the money and thinking you're successful. The way to success is the disciplines that you practice. This is your ordinance. The disciplines that you practice. The disciplines that you practice is the ordinances that you apply to your life. And that ordinance is what's going to keep you on a trajectory, a consistent trajectory to being successful in whatever desire that is. I would advise you, and even I would ask you to go and watch the video on my timeline, on my Instagram page and my Facebook page that I just released about being a Ghadbody Sovereign Master. You understand? A sovereign master is a man who's independent of a system. He don't lean on the system. He don't depend on the system. He don't depend on anybody else's laws, beliefs, religions, doctrines, governments. He depends solely on the ordinances he established. I established some ordinances. I live by them. My children are slowly beginning to pick them up, not because they are being trained that way by their mother, but because they're seeing it within me. My children know, automatically, it'd be like my daughter would say to my son, no, MJ, daddy drinks almond milk. I don't drink almond milk, I drink oat milk, but I get it. You see what I'm saying? They pick up what you do. But what you do is the ordinance that you keep. How do you keep your energy sacred? It's not just cutting negativity off. It's not just getting rid of the environments that you're in. How do you keep your energy sacred? Beloved, the pure innocent mind of children should be able to pick up on the consistent life that you live. I'm going to say that again. The pure innocent mind of children they should not be able to look at you and see confusion. They should be able to look at you and see order. And so my daughter can look at my son and say to my son, one day she said to my son, she's like, no, MJ, daddy drinks almond milk. Because she sees order. She sees an ordinance that I keep. Set of rules, laws, regulations, and beliefs that I practice. She sees this. And so it's planted in her mind. This is who daddy is. Ordinance. This is what daddy does. Ordinance. That means she can think of me and can play this scenario out in her head of who I am and what I do. Because I've displayed to her order. If your children can't explain to others, as a man, I'm speaking to men right now. If your children cannot explain to others who you are, what you do, that means you have not consistently showed them order. You're out of order. You're out of order. You showed them confusion. And how do you keep your energy sacred? It's by keeping order. Keep order in your life. And this goes for women too. Keep order in your life. And your children will suddenly pick up on something natural, not something programmed. I'm going to say it again. Your children, the pure innocent mind of children, will pick up on something natural. You don't have to teach them this. You don't have to repeat this to them. You don't have to write it out on a chalkboard. You don't have to put this in their notepads. You don't have to sit them down and make them learn this. You have to be this. Naturally, they'll pick up on that. They'll pick up on that naturally without your help. That's order. That's keeping sacred energy. That's called sacred energy. You know what sex is? S-E-X. Spiritual energy exchange. Some say sacred energy exchange. But spiritual energy exchange. It's me not teaching, me not doing, me not writing it down for them to learn it and pick it up. It's me being. When I am being, all that I say I am, all that I say I believe, doing all the things that I say I want to do, and that falls in line with who I say I am, then my children pick up on that naturally, and they keep that energy sacred within them. They keep it safe. They harbor it. They know this is who my daddy is. This is what my daddy do. They have a sacred understanding and a sacred energy of who you are. They have a sacred energy. They know you on a sacred level. Sacred is to hold in. They hold in an energy that I express. They hold in an energy that I outwardly express. What I outwardly express to them, they hold sacredly within. That's how you keep your energy sacred. Ordinance. Keeping order. Keeping order. Stop with the thinking you got to teach your children. Stop with the thinking that you have to program them. It's none of that. It's none of that. Okay? Okay. We done here? I think we're done. I think we're done. Keep your energy sacred, men, by keeping some order in your life. If I see any man and I look and I use a microscope to look into his life and it's crazy, you belligerent, you're yelling, you're cussing people out all the time. There's no established foundation with you. Just because you got a home doesn't mean you have an established foundation. An established foundation is mental. If you don't have an established foundation, what's an established foundation? It's mental, but also it's the laws and the practices. It's the laws and the beliefs that you practice. That's an established foundation. My established foundation is my laws. The 5 laws of holistics. That's my established foundation. My home is not an established, my career is not an established foundation, my family is not an established foundation. It's the ordinances, it's the order of the things that I keep sacred. A man must keep something sacred. And the natural way, because nature shows us order. This is why I said ordinance. This is why I show you order. Because nature shows us order. Nature shows us order. Everywhere you look in the cosmic reality, in the cosmic world, inside of, what we call outer space, when you look out beyond the planet and you look up into the stars and you look at the planets are aligned the way that they are aligned. That's order. The sun and the moon comes into play with each other. That's order. The waves that come out, the tide that comes out in the ocean and goes back in, that's order. The seasons, fall, winter, spring, summer, that's order. That's natural order. Not months, not years, not days, because there's no existence of time. Months, years, days, weeks are all the existence of time. And there is no existence of time. So we don't count the months, the years, the days, the weeks, the hours, the minutes, the seconds. We don't count that. We count the seasons. We count the seasons. Because the seasons are the natural order. And a man who's a natural being, because I'm a naturalist, a man who's a natural being must have some concordance. Some concordance. I believe that's the word, concordance. A man must have some concordance of his life with nature. Concordance. So if a man's life does not reflect, if a man's life is not concordant with nature, the way nature operates through seasons, growing, elevating, evolving, expanding, expressing. If a man is not displaying these, he doesn't have any system or an idea of what he is here to do. He's just falling by the wayside. Whatever they put out here is safe for him to do. That's it. Okay? I'm going to end this live with the famous words that I always share with you. This video will be on my YouTube channel for later, and it'll be on my Instagram page. It'll stay here. A man must have ordinance that is in concordance with nature. And if you don't have that, you don't have a man. Period. I love you. I love me. I love us. Be well, be loved, and be like beloved. And always remember, deep breath in, deep breath out. Always remember to live from the soul. Okay? Peace.